Hi, this is Thomas from Advanced Ads. In this tutorial, I want to show you how you can implement ad text from Google DFP or Google DoubleClick for publishers into your WordPress website using Advanced Ads. So DFP, if you already use it, is a very powerful web server. You should read up on it if you are interested in serving ads for different geolocations or settings, or you are selling ads directly. But I will assume that you already have a DFP account, you already created your ad units, and you know how to get these tags from them. If not, I will also link a tutorial below this video on my website. So a DFP tag is not just a single tag like from AdSense, but it has always a header tag. This is this code, and it has a tag for the ad unit where it should be visible in the source code. So if you look very closely, then the header tag also contains information about the later loaded ads. So this is the ID that you can see here, and it's identical with this one. Okay, we need this information later. Okay, in order to set up DFP, we need to create at least two ad units. So the first is for the header tag, and the second is for each of these ads. So let's go to Advanced Ads, create a new ad, and I will call mine DFP ad. And then I choose the plain text code. It's already pre-selected. I go down to the ad parameters, open the code again, and copy this code here and insert it here. I don't need to change anything. No setup, because it will not be in the visible part of the website, so we can publish it straight away. And then we go to placements and create a new placement where the ad should be injected. So in this case, we need the ad code or this header code to be injected into the header. That's the invisible part of the website. So we choose this one. Also have to select a name. It can also be DFP header, for example. Then we choose the ad. And we choose Save New Placement. Okay, this header code is now already loaded on the website. So be quick to create the ad codes for the ad units, and I will call mine, what did I have here? It's a skyscraper. Okay, also plain text and code, and select it here. Okay, great. So since I used like fake numbers here, I'm not going to see any ad in the front end, so I'm not going to show you how it could look in your case. And then but I also publish it, and I need to put it somewhere in the front end. So this is, you can follow the other tutorials I have created in order to display the ad in the front end, for example in the widget area or in any placement that you are normally using for your other ads. So I would rather like to highlight a specific problem with DFP. So imagine I just published this ad, maybe in my sidebar, and I have this ad code. The problem is I already have this rectangle unit defined in the head code. So what the head code does, it's actually preloading the ad content, which is pretty nice, because when the ad is actually called here later in the content, in the source code, it's loaded much faster than if it would just contact DFP here at this position. The problem is that DFP believes that when you preload the ad already in the header, then you also display it, which means they already count the impression in the DFP server. So this will, well, mix up your numbers that you have in your DFP account. So always make sure that the ad units you have defined here in the header are also exactly the one that you're using in the source code. So, but what if you want to display, for example, the skyscraper on all websites, but the rectangle, for example, only in a specific category? In this case, you need to create two header ad units here in Advanced Ads. So I have my ads, would create a DFP head for the condition that you have both ads displayed, and then you create another ad unit. Let's just do this, DFP head, let's call it no rectangle for the sake of this tutorial. And then you also copy this header code, but you remove the rectangle. Okay? So, but then you don't publish it, you create a group, DFP header tags. So, then I publish it. And what I'm also doing is I go to my other ad that I already created and also put it into this group. And then I go to placements, and instead of selecting just one header, I select the group. So this makes sure that only one header is loaded at the same time. This is very important too. And now let's create the rectangle. So it's my, what do I call it? Rectangle. So I said I only want to display the rectangle in a specific category. So I don't know if I have, okay, let's say I want to display it only in the general category. Yeah. So publish it now. And I still need to make sure that the ad is actually displayed. So this is on you to create a widget or whatever. But what I need to make sure is that that the group that does have the no rectangle in it is also only displayed on the general category. So if you create an ad unit that you're not using on every website with DFP, or every of your pages with DFP, then you need to make sure that the header also has the same display conditions like this ad. Okay, and then we need to define an order. This is very important too. So we have this group here. This group has these two head codes in it, and now we have to make sure that the more restricted header code is loaded first, or it's checked first, because the other one with the two ad units in it is kind of a fallback. It has no conditions, so this one with conditions need to be checked first. So we go to Edit and select Ordered Ads, and the weight of the one we need to be checked, we need to check first, must be higher, so we just select 9 or 8 or whatever you want, and you save it, and you should be good to go. So the best to use DFP is always to have the same ad units on all the sites, so it's easy if you have them in the header or sidebar. But use the second part of this tutorial when you have very different ad setups where the ads are not displayed on the same pages, in order to not how to say, break the numbers you see in DFP and wonder why, for example, your click-through rates are so low, just to find out months later that your ad unit is counted more often than you actually display it. So this is a culprit of DFP, but else it's a great system, and I hope this tutorial helped you to get started with it. Okay, thanks and bye.